The Simpsons, a simple animated television show, breaking records for how many years it's been on air, or a cryptographic time-traveling mystery. Many people have wondered, as The Simpsons have predicted so many incredible things over the years, though people have to start asking themselves, is creator Matt Groening actually a time traveler? Yes, they predicted things such as Super Bowl victories. They have predicted a Donald Trump presidency. Also, possibly the prediction of cryptocurrency, and more recently, even the prediction of the finale of Game of Thrones. However, they may have outdone themselves, as now it seems as if they have predicted the future for one coin, Bitcoin SV.
Hey, wait! Stop! I have garbage! You guys are the lousiest garbage men ever! Yeah, I'm talking to you! You trash-eating stink bags!
How did the Simpsons do it? How do they know that Bitcoin SV is complete and total garbage? It's amazing. This clip is from years ago, and yet they were able to predict the future of Bitcoin SV as it is pure garbage. For the months of May and June, we'll be giving away 50,000 IOST tokens, along with 3 Ledger Nanos, 2 of them sponsored by Nimic, and 1 special edition Ledger Nano with an on-the-go kit. Winners announced July 1st. To enter, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment on every video in May and June for your maximum number of entries. Bit Squad, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at a huge fraud pump based completely on fake news that was purposely put out. Yes, we have seen projects in the past put out some exaggerative news. Is that even a word? If not, I made it up. Basically some news that may be pumped up to kind of overblow things, like Tron, for instance, has put out news about partnerships, turned out maybe to be overblown and things like that. But this is absolutely unprecedented in cryptocurrency. We're also going to be looking at Binance moving a lot of crypto and speculation over what it might be over. We're also going to be looking at Coinstar now doubling, not just as a place to get your change for dollars or Bitcoins, but also doubling as a Bitcoin ATM. So we got a lot to get to. Also, we are debuting 2 new segments today. So as you know, we've been doing the rumor segment. However, every day we can't do that segment for the simple fact that I'm not going to manufacture news or rumors about projects if it's not there. So we're going to be debuting a new alternate segment. So we're going to have either Buy the Rumor or this other segment every single day. And now we have a new daily segment, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I think it's going to be very useful for those of you that are interested in trading but maybe don't want to necessarily learn how to chart yourselves. Also, guys, coming up on 10,000 subscribers, look at that, 9,980. Time for me to do a new intro video. So I'll be doing a new intro video for the channel this week once I get my beard trimmed. But anyways, so big shout out to all the Bit Squad for, making this possible. I know you guys that were there from day one. Tomorrow I'll probably make some kind of nostalgic video. I don't know what it'll be about, but talking about the journey of the channel, because hopefully we'll hit 10,000 subscribers tomorrow. Really, really exciting stuff, guys. Also, I have a Roku channel. I don't shill all my channels every day, but I do have a Roku channel. It just debuted recently. So if you got a 72-inch TV and you want to see all this loveliness right on your screen, you can do that. And even better, your kids or your wife or your grandma might see it. And now you have just booked hours of family time as you guys watch BitBoy Crypto just like it was an episode of Friends. Life never said it would turn out to be this way. I think I'm going to cut that. That was terrible. Market Watch. All right, guys, so starting with Market Watch here, we have the market cap coming in at $277 billion. Bitcoin dominance at 55.7. So the market cap is up about $4 billion. However, Bitcoin has not really changed. It's at 87.22. It's just up 0.37%. So that means when the market cap goes up, Bitcoin stays the same. that means the Bitcoin dominance level has fallen. So it has gone down a little bit from where it was yesterday. So we have some big winners. We got Bitcoin SV, which is not really a winner. That's the fraudulent pump we will tell you guys about later in the show. We got Bitcoin Diamond at a 60% pump. Komodo, Bitcoin Gold, Theta, all over 10% pumps. Actually, we got even more than that. IOTA, Nash Exchange, Neo, Bitcoin Cash, all over 10%. So this is good. It's really good that we're starting to see days where we're having many gains for altcoins over 10%. They got a long ways to go to catch Bitcoin. So also biggest loser of the day, we have Aurora, Maximind coin, continuing to be the most volatile in all of crypto right now. Mixin, Orbs, and Chainlink. 60-second coin review. Okay, so you guys may be wondering, what is 60-second coin review? Well, 60-second coin review, believe it or not, is where I take a coin and I review it in 60 seconds. So this will be a new segment. We'll either be having the Buy the Rumor segment or this segment every single day to go along with our news videos. I used to be able to do a lot more coin reviews when I wasn't doing strictly news videos, when I was not doing as much editing to the videos as I do now and things like that. But I thought this would be a good way to go all the way down CoinMarketCap and figure out what every coin is, including Bitcoin. We're going to actually be doing Bitcoin today because it's number one, and I think everybody knows what it is, but maybe you don't. So here we go. Here's your 60-second review of Bitcoin. 2009, Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin in the Bitcoin white paper with the subtitle Peer-to-Peer Electronic Cash System. The idea is to be able to exchange value over the internet, between peers without having to get intermediaries such as banks involved, which is where we get be your own bank. That is what Bitcoin is all about. So Bitcoin is a distributed ledger blockchain system, which means it works with a network of nodes. Nodes is a great way to say computer. So a network of computers controls this in a decentralized way. So not one person can have access to all of the power of Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin has 21 million in the total supply. They will be mined by 2140. Right now, we are sitting at 17.7 million of those 21 million. Mining is basically a way to say that computers are solving complicated math problems and earning Bitcoins for doing so. So obviously, Bitcoin is number one for a reason. It is more rare than gold and better than cash. Journey to 1 Bitcoin. Okay, guys, new segment on the show here. This is going to be called The Journey to 1 Bitcoin. So what I've done is I've set up a portfolio. Well, it's not really a portfolio right now. Right now, all that's sitting in it is BNB pretty much, as you guys can see right here. BNB, I got 76 of them, something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using Signal Profits, which a lot of you guys know. Sometimes I put some banners down at the bottom or whatever. And what I'm going to do with this segment is we are going to look at, is Signal Profits worth it? So there's this trial. You can try it down below with the link. It's like $7 for 14 days. After that, it goes up to about $300 a month, maybe $350. I don't even know what it is. I have a complimentary account, full disclosure. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be tracking every single one of Signal Profits calls. I'm going to be using all of their trades, and I'm going to be using 3 commas. So if you don't know 3 commas, did a review on it a while ago. Basically, there are ways here with the smart trade where you can trade crypto and you can set your profits, your stop losses, and everything like that. It's really easy to do. So we are going to be tracking every single trade that Signal Profits puts out. Now, this is not a segment for me to shill you Signal Profits. Do I want you to use the link if you sign up? Yes, of course. Told you guys many times before, if you want to use Signal Profits, then you're going to want to have a decent chunk of change to put in. You're not going to want to just have $100 in crypto. Obviously, that is not going to be worth it because you'd have to be making like 300 or 400% returns every single month. So I put in, about $2,800, somewhere like that. Right now, my portfolio, as you guys can see up here in the corner, is worth 0.3 Bitcoins. So we're going to track how much time it takes us to get from 0.3 Bitcoins all the way to 1 Bitcoin. And we'll be able to show you guys every single month if I'm winning on these trades, if I'm losing, if Signal Profits calls are actually doing what they're supposed to do. It's ran by Jacob Canfield and Mark Moss. I absolutely love those guys, know them personally. So that's something we're going to be doing. I thought this would be kind of cool. So every day, it's going to be a quick segment. Today, I'm explaining to you what we're going to be doing. But basically, every day, we're going to be looking at the change. We're going to be looking at the change from today to however many days it's been, when we, tomorrow to the next day, we're gonna be looking at the 24-hour change. You're gonna be able to see my portfolio and what coins are in it that Signal Profits wants me to be trading. However, I'm not gonna be giving you guys the calls. I'm not gonna be giving you the stop loss levels. I'm not gonna be giving you the targets. I'm not gonna be giving you guys anything like that, because then I'd be basically, stealing what, their calls and giving them to you. But you will be able to track the portfolio and see the changes and things like that. I think this would be pretty cool to see how long it can take me to get from 0.3 Bitcoins all the way to 1 Bitcoin. So we're going to do it till then. And then, I don't know, once we hit 1 Bitcoin, which I believe may not take that long, maybe, 3, 4, 5 months, something like that. Maybe not even that long if we go, we do really well. But then we'll figure out something different. I don't know, maybe we'll go, journey from 1 Bitcoin to 10 million Bitcoins, or journey from 1 Bitcoin to 21 million and 1 Bitcoins. I don't know if that would actually work. But so there's going to be a new segment called Journey to 1 Bitcoin. So you guys definitely are going to want to track this and, figure this is new to me. I don't know. I don't do a lot of trading. So, this is going to be something that we're all going to grow together and see these calls and see how it works. And you're really going to be able to see if you can actually profit off of experts in trading, because that's really what those guys are. So, definitely something we're going to be doing. So pretty excited about it. So right now we're sitting at 0.30632653 Bitcoins. I'll probably put that graphic on the screen, or maybe zoom in every time so you guys can see it. Number 5. Okay, so number 5 story is actually just basically a meme. So this was posted on Reddit. It got a lot of traction, and the title of this was, Bitcoin is still in its adolescence. And it's basically this meme here that says at the bottom, marijuana won't work, drug companies. I don't think that one's really as relevant as these other ones, because the drug companies still have a huge, stranglehold. Drug companies have a huge stranglehold on the pain industry. So, just because marijuana has been legalized in a few places doesn't mean it's totally taken over as the go-to choice for pain relieving or anything like that. But these other ones are really relevant. So, the newspaper said internet won't work. Post office said email won't work. Cable TV said Netflix won't work. Also, Blockbuster said it won't work. Let me come back to that in a little bit. Hotels said Airbnb won't work. Hotels still do pretty well. This is a really relevant one, though. Taxis said Uber won't work. And then the banks say Bitcoin won't work. A lot of people look at banks and say they're the biggest industry in the world, the most, they have the most money. They can't fail. Well, yes, it's on a smaller level, but if you would have looked at Blockbuster in 1995, I've said this so many times on the channel, the safest job in America in 1995 was Blockbuster manager. You had zero thoughts that Blockbuster would ever fall. We saw the same thing with with camera film. I think Kodak, they're still around, I think. They may even be into crypto. But, Blockbuster is such a great example of something that looked to be absolutely impenetrable. It looked to be invincible, that nothing could touch it. They actually were offered to buy Netflix at the very beginning, and they turned it down. They said that'll never work. And now look, Blockbuster is completely gone. There's one left, I believe, in Oregon or Alaska, maybe. The manager, I watched a cool little video on it. The manager actually goes to Walmart every week and buys the new DVD. It goes and puts them on the shelves there. So, absolutely insane to think that Netflix was able to take down Blockbuster. That's the same thing that the banks are trying, or that's the same thing that Bitcoin is trying to do to the banks, or at least the people behind Bitcoin. I really want to get away from talking about Bitcoin like its own entity, like Bitcoin has these ideas of its own, it's going to take on the banks. It's the movement of people behind Bitcoin. It's us, it's you and me. We're the ones that are going to take down the banks. And yes, it sounds dangerous, and if it was only one person that was trying to do all this, the banks would probably pay to take them out, but they can't take out millions of people. And that's this movement of cryptocurrency that we're trying to take down the banks, the middlemen. We don't need them. We can be our own bank. So I thought this image was pretty cool. Definitely wanted to bring it to the channel. Number 4. Okay, we got Coinstar. You may know Coinstar. If you have spare change in your couch, you've probably taken it there to get some monies. You got to get some monies for the spare changes. So you can now buy Bitcoin at those Coinstar machines in the grocery stores that used to only convert loose change into cash. Now, I do believe, I could be wrong about this, but I believe for some time you've actually been able to use Coinstar to convert your change to Bitcoin. I think that's true. Somebody correct me if I'm incorrect on that, but I think I'm correct. For a while, you've been able to exchange those over to Bitcoin. However, now you can actually buy Bitcoin at Coinstar machines. Now, the first comment here on the Reddit post says, last couple of times I looked at them, spot price was $300 to $400 higher than Coinbase, and they charged an additional 3% fee. So I don't know if they do KYC. I would have to check and see if they do KYC. Now, if you didn't know, I did a video where I actually went to a Bitcoin ATM and used it. And my overall thought was it was fun. It was kind of like a little quirky thing to do, but there was no benefit to me to use it. The price was higher than Coinbase. The fees were higher, and I had to do KYC. So I've said this often, if you're going to use a Bitcoin ATM, it needs to have one of two things to make it worth it. It either has to have, number one, I had to make sure I put the right finger down. Number one, it has to have no KYC. No KYC. If it's got no KYC, then it has some advantages for you to use it if you're into hiding money from the government or something like that. Not that I'm for that, but a lot of people, it's something you might want to do, kind of live under the radar or whatever it would be. You don't want people knowing what money you have or Bitcoin you have. That would be one reason. The second reason would be if it has lower fees than Coinbase. If you're able to buy the Bitcoin cheaper, then of course that would be a good thing to do if you can buy it cheaper than Coinbase. So, I don't know if Coinstar has either one of these things, but either way, even if it's not advantageous to an experienced crypto person to use Coinstar to actually buy Bitcoin, the fact is, guys, this is in all the grocery stores, and people are seeing this. And once again, we're starting to see the mainstream, Bitcoin go mainstream. Every time somebody's at Kroger, it's our local grocery store, and they walk by this, they're going to see that sign that says buy Bitcoin at this kiosk. And they're reminded that Bitcoin is still a thing, and it's, it's still growing despite the fact that the price was down for so long. So definitely thought this was interesting. Big shout out to Coinstar for, having this idea. Of course, it's making money for them. But, anything we have like this that helps with adoption and mainstream, it's always good. Number 3. Okay, guys, Brave browser. As you see, I always use Brave browser on our videos. You guys can actually download the Brave browser by clicking below in the video description. There's a spot for the Brave browser download. Help support the channel. And the Brave browser really is just overall very good. I will say this, my wife, aka Mom of Wild Things, on Twitter, she actually has totally switched over on her phone from using Chrome. She doesn't use it at all. She only uses Brave, and she loves it. She loves the privacy. She loves everything about it. So this is something that appeals to people outside of just the crypto community. Now, she knows about crypto now because of what I do and things like that. But, she's definitely not a person that's super into crypto or, doesn't watch my videos, maybe just to see my pretty face, but she can see it in real life. But so now Google is restricting modern ad blocking Chrome extensions to enterprise users. And so what does this mean? Google is essentially saying that Chrome will still have the capability to block unwanted content, but this will be restricted to only paid enterprise users of Chrome. This is likely to allow enterprise customers to develop in-house Chrome extensions, not for ad blocking usage. So what are they saying? If you're a business user of Google Chrome, then you may be able to still block ads. For your average person, they're going to be getting away or doing away with ad blocking extensions. Now, it makes sense for their bottom line. Google thrives on advertising dollars, selling your information, figuring out which ads are the most likely to make you click and to buy and things like that. So they don't want these ad blockers, obviously. So they're doing whatever they can to get rid of them. However, the Brave browser is a great alternative because, yes, the Brave browser stores your browsing history. Now, hear me out on this. That's the only way that it's going to know what ads to show you, because you can opt into their ad program and they can show you ads and you can actually earn basic attention token by watching those ads. Here's the difference between Brave and, let's say, Facebook. Facebook, they have all of your data. If Mark Zuckerberg decides one day, hey, I want to go see what BitBoy is visiting on Facebook. I want to see all of his Facebook history. Then if I had a legitimate Facebook account, you schmuckerberg, then he could do it. Mark Zuckerberg could walk over to wherever they keep the data, and he could log into the computer, and he could see all of my Facebook history, all of my friends, all of my connections, everything I've ever clicked on, anything I've sold in a yard sale, group or anything like that. He can see everything. With Brave Browser, the browser itself is storing your data to figure out what you like, but there's no one that can access it. It's stored in a decentralized way. I don't know if they use sharding, but if you think of the idea of sharding, the way that works is all of your information is broken up and it's sent to many different nodes on a network. And really, like, only your system can recall all of that information together to, bring up, let's say, a movie on your computer. So the browser is storing it, but there's no way to get access to that data to see it. So Brave Browser is so much better than Google Chrome. We're just seeing another reason that Google is trying to make money off of you by blocking these Chrome extensions. So I definitely suggest you guys switch over to Brave. You won't regret it. Number 2. All right, guys, we got Binance moving $1.26 billion in Bitcoin as Ripple fires off 200 million XRP in massive show of crypto strength. We're not going to really talk about the XRP story other than to say this. If you want to know why people think that XRP is centralized, and I know the XRP community does not want to hear it, and I'm sorry, I have to give you truth here. You may not think this is a problem, but even here in the article, Ripple, which owns more than half of the total supply of all XRP in existence, one entity owns half of the supply. They routinely move its holdings in and out of escrow in order to sell portions of its assets to crypto exchanges and other institutional participants. So if you're in the XRP community and you're wondering why people say it's centralized, I mean, that's a big reason right there. Also has to do with the nodes, the number of nodes that the company owns and things like that. However, this is an XRP story. We're talking here about Binance. So Binance just sent a $1.26 billion worth of Bitcoin between cold wallets. CZ once again announced that this was going to happen. He said they're moving funds between their cold wallets. Of course, your funds are safe as always. Now, here's something really interesting. The Binance sent the Bitcoin in 2 transactions. Keep in mind, over $1 billion for $124. They moved $1 billion for $124. So, absolutely insane the ability that we have in cryptocurrency to move money back and forth. So here's the thing though. I just want to bring this up. Do you guys think it's coincidence that yesterday for the Buy the Rumor segment, we're talking about Binance bringing in margin trading? We're showing that they have the UI, the user interface of the margin trading in beta on their website. And now today they're moving this money. Now, I don't know where they're moving the money. I'm purely speculating here, but isn't that what crypto is all about? Is wild speculation? I believe that it is. But so, I don't know. Is this related? Are they trying to split some of their money? Are they trying to, put some of their money in, the leverage, the margin trading aspect of their site? I don't know. Are they trying to split their regular market wallets and their leverage trading wallets? Because the Bitcoins that you leverage trade, they got to come from somewhere, right? So if I were a betting man, I would say that is what they were doing. And I believe there is a great chance that Binance launches this margin trading within 2 weeks. Now, US users, I'm sorry, you will still not be able to leverage trade even on Binance. Maybe you can borrow your buddy's account that lives in Scotland. I don't know. Do you have a buddy in Scotland? So, definitely very interesting watching Binance make this move. Don't know exactly what it's for, but that would be my speculation. Hold up. It's time for an IOST break. Okay, guys, so for IOST break today, I just want to remind you guys, hello, my name is BitBoy Crypto, and I have an IOST node. And if you have IOST, you need to come on over and vote for me. So right now, I'm coming in at number 34 in the rankings. I got 12.66 million votes. IOST is 1 vote for 1 IOST, so that means 12.66 million votes have been staked on my node. Now, you don't lose those votes when you vote, but if you click here on this, I found an interesting thing on here. If you get IOST, this is absolutely insane, guys. right now it's estimated that you would get a 34.58% return on your investment in IOST. Now, this is based on several different things. Mostly that I'm tier 1. That means that my node is the top of the quarterly rewards, or it's at the top of the list of quarterly rewards, because I make IOST videos every day, and you guys know I love it, and I'm super bullish on IOST. So interestingly enough, though, here you have a yield rank. That means that I have the 15th most profitable node on IOST. Now, I've got a feeling that number is going to be going up here very soon. So I've been teasing you guys. I got a big announcement for IOST coming up. Hopefully will be within the next 24 to 48 hours. I got a huge announcement. Going to be making a standalone video for it and things like that. But you know, what other project can you get a 34.58% return on? That's not based on the price of the project going up. That means if you put in 100 IOST, you would get 34.58 back over the next year for doing nothing. Where else are you going to find that in crypto? I don't think you're going to find and this is why I'm so bullish on this project. I don't think you'll find a single crypto project out there that you'll be able to make almost 35% by doing nothing. We're not talking about 1%. We're not talking about your great gains on your stock for 2%. We're talking about 34%, guys. Absolutely insane. So, definitely you guys might want to check this out. Vote, come get on my, or come vote for my node. If you got questions about IOST, make sure that you come to my Telegram group, the Bit Squad. It's called Bit Squad on Telegram. The link is below. And ask me. I'll answer any questions about IOST at any point. So definitely come join the Telegram group, vote for my node, and let's make IOST great again. The number one crypto story of the day. All right, number one story of the day, a fake 86% pump. So if we go back here to biggest winners of the day, you would see that Bitcoin SV has a 86.84% pump. Absolutely parabolic movement there. And what is this based on? So Dovey1 had a thread about this earlier. It said, Craig Wright transferred 50,000 Bitcoin from the biggest Bitcoin wallet to Binance, which confirmed he is the real Satoshi. As such, CZ will relist BSV and make an official apology on Twitter. That was a line from a news article that was put out in China on a news website called Coinbull. So it's very fake, but it says many retail investors will believe it for a while before they figure out it's fake. Now, here's another article coming from CoinDesk. So when CoinDesk posts something about, Craig Wright being a fraud, you take it seriously. It's not, we've talked about CoinDesk is not the most reputable name in all of journalism. However, if they're going to go on the line and say someone is a fraud or something is fake, then you pretty much know that they have evidence showing that's true. So here it says, scammers boosted the price of Bitcoin SV by publishing a fake news alert purporting to show the BSV's creator is also Bitcoins. Masquerading as the Chinese news site Coinbull, the bogus alert claimed that Craig Wright had transferred Bitcoin from the so-called Satoshi wallets to prove his identity. So I'm a little confused. Maybe it wasn't actually on the news site Coinbull. Maybe it was a spoof site or something like that. But it had a $60 price boost in 10 hours, less than 10 hours. Now, this is what I'll tell you on this. I don't believe that this news story caused this pump. I think that maybe on some level, maybe some people were duped into it. I don't believe that. I don't believe any reputable or any person in crypto that understands crypto enough to invest in Bitcoin SV. We're not talking about Bitcoin or Ethereum. Bitcoin SV, most people don't even know what that is. Your average person is not going to be like, oh yeah, Craig Wright really is Satoshi. Let me go invest all this money in it. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's a real thing that happens. I think it's absolutely asinine to think that that's what occurred. I've told you guys this before. What happens is Craig Wright and Calvin Ayre. Now, I try not to talk about them a lot on the channel, but this is a huge news story today. Obviously, 86% pump. I think it's important to get out in front, tell you guys what happens. So you guys who are more experienced crypto investors, some of you, might be like, oh, it's pumping, let me FOMO in, which if you're an experienced investor, you don't FOMO anyways. But the point is here is when things like this happen, Craig Wright and Calvin Ayre use these opportunities. They're billionaires. They're both billionaires. they use these opportunities to try to hide their manipulation, their whale pumps. They try to hide it with actual news, even if it's fake news or whatever it might be, because they want you to think that people think that he's the real Satoshi. So that's why they invested in it. So just another huge scam, another huge fraud by this thing. Stay away from this coin for 100% in my opinion. Yes, it's gonna pump. You could have, if you're purely investing from a money perspective, you know, you will make money with Bitcoin SV when the market starts running. The price will go up. The price of everything will go up. But the question is, do you want to sell your soul to try to make something, to make money off of something like Bitcoin SV, when you could easily invest it in other crypto projects and get the same returns or even better? So that's why I personally stay away from it. It is not in my portfolio. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I feel like we really packed a lot of information in here. So I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button for me. BitBoy out.